Alright, guys, today we are watching blizzard conditions continue across the UK ITV news. This is my first time watching any news video, so this is definitely new for me. I have seen a lot of news recently around the snowstorm, and let's see how bad the conditions really are and what people have to deal with there. Also, do let me know in the comments, so you know, I want to know from you guys.
By first light on the North York moors, it was already clear why police had warned people not to attempt these exposed routes.
Oh shit.
The driver of this car had been out surveying the state of the roads for a bus company. His conclusion? They weren't safe.
I was only going about 20, I think just about.
How did he went there?
They weren't safe.
I was only going about 20, I think just about over there. There was a patch of black ice and just came straight down into the ditch.
And you've been
Oh
here
my
since when?
god.
Just after 5 o'clock, and it's now what, 5 to 9?
Oh, you shouldn't be there. Like, it's too cold. You have to leave the car, boy. You can't
Amid
be
an
there.
amber weather warning, those on the main road into Scarborough didn't fare much better.
Oh, this
But it
ain't
was
gonna
northern
help.
Scotland that again experienced the heaviest snowfall overnight. They're just more used to dealing with it. Although it did close more than 100 schools, with another 50 shut in Wales as temperatures dropped to as low as -6. Even in
Oh,
Cornwall, where it hardly ever snows, drivers were being urged to take extra care.
People get into their cars and see that it's maybe 1 or 2
what part of the UK is this? I don't know the
degrees,
geography,
you think it's
but
fine. Quite often
looks
the road
really
surface
bad.
temperature is a good 2 or 3 degrees lower, so you may still come across icy conditions.
But for some, the slippier the better. A
Yeah, I
snow
mean, they
day
don't
this
have to
early
go
in
to
the
school,
year has
right?
those lucky enough to get one wanting more.
We love snow, and I didn't know it was gonna snow today, so I'm very excited.
She's so
It
cute.
doesn't melt. That's what I want it not to melt.
Why?
She does not want it to melt, guys.
Because then you can still play with it.
Yeah, I
I don't want
mean,
to have to go to school tomorrow.
I would love that.
But the forecast suggests she may be disappointed.
Why?
That's because the weather warnings for snow around the country all expire tonight. The
Okay.
concern now is for ice. There are warnings in place for much of the east coast, the far north of Scotland and Cornwall, but it may be a relief to many, perhaps not those children, that it is expected to turn milder again by the weekend.
Time for the weather now. Joe is in Doncaster tonight. Joe, it's looking very festive there, but also pretty cold.
Very chilly. The first cold snap of the season has taken a little bit of a toll on
Why
us
is
over the
that
last couple of
background
days. It
so
feels
weird?
really chilly, and of course we've seen snow in places across the UK. And for us here at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park this evening, you'd be forgiven for feeling
Oh,
just a
so
little bit
that's
festive.
far?
The winter illuminations keeping us cosy this evening. No snow on the ground here, but other parts of the UK, as we know, over the last couple of days and nights, have had some significant snowfall. If you take a look at these pictures here, we can see
Oh,
parts of the
shit.
UK
But
have
look at
seen
that.
lots of
Look
snowfall
at the
over the last
weather.
couple of days and nights, and even the coastline. Bridlington this afternoon, 4 or 5 centimetres. Unusual for coast to see those wintry showers coming in and settling. Parts of northern Scotland, around 10 centimetres of snow over the last 24 hours. And by the end of tonight, parts of the North York moors could even see perhaps 12 or 13 centimetres of snow. So it's certainly been rather snowy for parts of the UK. Others have seen nothing, just adjusting at times. But for all of us, it has been very cold. Last night, the coldest night of the season so far, with temperatures in Benson in Oxfordshire falling to -6.6 Celsius.
Oh my god,
And tonight,
-6.6.
I think we're going to go even
That
lower.
is
Where there's
crazy.
lying snow on the ground across northern Scotland, it's quite possible. In sheltered spots, it'll get down to around -11 or -12. Not much snow in the forecast going forward, but ice is going to be something to watch out for over the next few hours or so tonight and tomorrow. So we have warnings in place, a raft of warnings, chiefly where we've seen that snowfall over the last 12 to 24 hours. It could be a little bit tricky on the roads tonight and for tomorrow. Here's the forecast. It is going to be frosty quite widely across the UK tonight, with icy conditions as we head through into tomorrow. Something to be aware of if you're out and about on the roads first thing tomorrow morning. Settling down for many of us tomorrow. with plenty of sunshine to
I wonder what it would be like if it like snows for a week, like entire week. The life would be totally like, you know, you can't do anything in that situation, right? Because just that much amount of snow did like chaos, and about 100 schools had to be closed. I wonder what happens if it snows for around 10
come,
days.
but
Like,
feeling very chilly. Temperatures will get a little bit of a
that would
lift
be
into
crazy.
this weekend. It is going to turn more unsettled, but it won't feel quite as cold. In a bit more detail then, pressure-wise, as we take a look at this evening and into tomorrow, you can see fronts out to the west beginning to approach, heralding the start of something less cold from tomorrow night into Saturday and for the weekend, but more unsettled, with rain beginning to move in for some of us through the first part of the weekend. Back to this evening's details. It is certainly going to be very cold, quite widely down to around freezing
Wow,
and
look at the
below, and
UK, like
perhaps minus
every
10,
part
minus 11 in sheltered parts of the north before
it
tomorrow
feels
morning.
snowy,
Icy
except for the
conditions,
part
something
in
you
the
really need to watch out for if you're travelling
London and
first
I
thing tomorrow,
guess
where there's been any
Norwich.
moisture on the road, sleet,
Norwich, how
hail,
do you call
snow.
that?
It is going to freeze and become
Dublin
very
is
icy through
totally
tonight.
filled with
Some fairly
snow.
light winds as we get to
Even
tomorrow morning.
Liverpool.
Beautiful blue skies for many of us, and it really will be very pretty where that lying snow is, but very cold
That is
to
snow,
start the
right?
day
The blue
tomorrow.
part.
A generally dry day. Later on, perhaps we'll see cloud building from the west. And by tea time into western Scotland and Northern Ireland, there'll be some rain beginning to move in. And that's the beginning of something more unsettled that will develop through the weekend, with rain beginning to move in. And next week isn't looking quite as cold for any of us.
All right, you guys. So, wow, that was intense. Like, you really don't think about how dangerous winter weather can be, like, until you see the roads shutting down and people, stranded, and daily life is just completely disrupted, and you don't follow the orders of the government and you just go on. I mean, I hope that dude that went, his car was like, I hope he actually figured out how to get out of his car and go home, and then take the car out when the weather is normal. But I mean, huge respect to all those emergency services and workers out there who are working in conditions like that. I hope everyone was safe. I hope there is no casualties, and I hope there was no damage. But thank you for watching. I think this was a little new for me. I had never reacted to news before, but if you want me to react to more real world news, weather events or extreme conditions, I would love to. Please do let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. For now, bye.